Alright guys, welcome to a new video on Jade's Corner. Well, I don't really say new, but we are going to be redoing the top 10 strongest werewolves in Teen Wolf video that I made 3 years ago in 2017. Now, quick history lesson before we get into this list because I plan on making this quick. It's not going to be as long as the original list, and I hope this doesn't get blocked because we're not going to be including any copyrighted music. So basically, 3 years ago, 2017, first video I ever made was the top 10 strongest werewolves in Teen Wolf, and that video was posted on August 6th, 2017. And yeah, it was the first ever Teen Wolf video I ever did on the channel, and it got like 100,000 views. It blew up like crazy. It surprised me, and I've been doing Teen Wolf videos ever since. So yeah, decided to remake it today or whenever this video goes up, because the first video was really controversial. I made a lot of stupid mistakes in that video. I was like 14 when I made that. I'm 17, about to be 18 in like a month and a half from now. So clearly my thoughts have changed since then in 3 years, and I'm a lot more smarter with my choices now. So yeah, and one of the dumbest things I did in that video was put Garrett Douglas at number 3, thinking he was a werewolf, when like 2 years after that, I made a video explaining that he's a Lowenmensch, and he is a Lowenmensch. For those of you who are new, Garrett Douglas is not a werewolf. Get that thought out of your head right now. He's a Lowenmensch. They say it in the series. He's clearly different from a werewolf. So yeah, he will not be on this list this time. So if this video blows up, or when it blows up to 100,000 views again, people will be glad he's off the list. So yeah, let's get started with number 10. Now, number 10, we have Liam Dunbar. Now, the reason why I have Liam at number 10 is because of, well, basically, I have Liam at number 10 because I was trying to choose between two other werewolves, that being Kincaid and Satomi, and I was like, well, let's be realistic. Liam, by the end of the series, I think can kick Satomi's ass, and same with Kincaid, because Kincaid was beaten by Ethan and Aiden, and Liam's fought people that are way stronger than Kincaid. So I think Liam could beat Kincaid and Satomi easily, especially Satomi post World War II. She would get destroyed by Liam. No questions about that. So the reason why I have Liam at number 10 is because he is definitely the strongest beta in the entire series, and that says a lot because most of the betas we see are weak. But Liam, he's freaking dope, man. He took on the Beast of Jevodan by himself and survived with no extra help. And he also fought a Hellhound to a draw in season 6, which was Howin. And he also pretty much beat Scott to death, or damn near death, until, you know, Theo had the final killing blow. But he pretty much beat Scott to death in Status Asthmaticus. So yeah. Liam's really freaking strong, and I think that anybody below Liam could beat with ease. He'd probably be able to kill most of the lower tier alphas and be able to steal their spark. So yeah, Liam is definitely number 10 for me, in my opinion, and I think this is where he would stand with a lot of people too if you're making a top 10 strongest werewolf list. And yeah, let's move on to number 9. So at number 9, I have Enos. Now, the reason why Enos is number 9 for me personally is because he's definitely the weakest member of the Alpha Pack. Now, Enos, he lost to Derek like every encounter they had. Now, people like to bully me and go all crazy on me in the comments saying Enos is stronger than Derek. Derek's a little bitch. Blah, 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 this and that. But if you literally go back and rewatch the episodes, Derek literally beats Enos every time. Even though the first time they fought, kind of unfair, Derek caught Enos off guard while Enos was trying to attack Scott. So yeah, I don't really want to count that. But their subsequent fights, Enos didn't really do anything against Derek. It was Talia that was more of a problem for Derek. So yeah, Enos is definitely the weakest member of the Alpha Pack, and he's the first one to die. So, number 8, I have Ethan and Aiden. Now, the reason why I have Ethan and Aiden at number 8 is because individually, they're not. I wouldn't say they're as strong as. No, I'm lying. Combined, if both of them were to fight, I think they would hold their own and definitely beat Enos. If they were able to beat Kincaid with ease, they could definitely beat Enos. And especially with their merged form, if we're just talking purely just their merged form, I think it would move up a few spots. But we're just combining all of that into the 8th spot. So I think Ethan and Aiden individually would pose a lot of problems for Liam and Enos, to be honest. Being two twin werewolves fighting one werewolf at once, I don't think Liam would be able to handle that, to be honest. But I mean, he did handle the beast and Howwin, a literal hellhound, so who knows? But he's dead, or at least Aiden is, so we won't ever be able to tell. But if it was definitely their merge form, Enos is getting destroyed, and so is Liam. No questions about that. I mean, Scott and Isaac were terrified of that transformation, and so was Derek and Peter. So, yeah. And Peter had his monstrous alpha form, and he was still terrified of Ethan and Aiden merge form. So that says a lot about how powerful they are, too. So, that's number 8. At number 7, we have Kali. Now, Kali is definitely the second strongest member of the Alpha Pack for sure. She's the second in command, right underneath Deucalion. She's extremely agile, extremely powerful. She best Derek in every single fight they had in season 3, part 1. Even sticking a pole through Derek's stomach and making him almost bleed out. And besting Derek again, beating his ass, forcing him to kill Boyd. And she was a problem when they were all stuck in the hospital too. Literally nobody wanted to fight her because they all would have died if they went up against Kali. That's for damn sure. And the only person who really posed a threat at the time during season 3, part 1 was Jennifer Blake once she had finished her little ritual, killing all those 9 people in the threefold death ritual. And Deucalion, because she was terrified of Deucalion, especially when Deucalion confronted her about not killing her emissary, which was the Rock. You can see the look on her face. She was terrified of him, so she's clearly afraid of Deucalion because she probably knows Deucalion will off her if he messes up bad. And Jennifer Blake did kill her, so yeah. Kali's definitely at number 7. Definitely not an alpha to sleep on. She's definitely powerful. Now, number 6, we have True Alpha Scott. Now, True Alpha Scott's going to be a bit of a mixed bag for a lot of people being placed this low. Seeing that with the original video, if you're an OG subscriber, he was placed at number 2 for me, I'm pretty sure. I placed him above Deucalion, above Peter, and above everybody else on this list. Now, why did I change my mind 3 years later? As I watched the series more, and I started to understand things a lot more, the writing for Scott is really freaking inconsistent with his power. There will be some fights where he seems like he's really overpowered, and then there will be other fights where he just completely jobs out and looks like a bitch. Like, for example, the fight between Scott and Peter one-on-one in Smoke and Mirrors. Scott looked like he was the freaking boss of that fight. Like, this man was OP. He was moving too quick, dodging all of Peter's punches. He beat Peter, right? First one-on-one fight we see Scott actually winning the series. Then we get to what's another example? Oh, pop up. Then we get to status apotheosis, and Scott's fighting against the Beast of Zevadan. Now, you would think because of Scott's fight with Peter and the fact that he mastered all of his abilities, that Scott would be able to stand toe-to-toe with the Beast, at least for a little bit, until the Beast, eventually got the upper hand and almost killed Scott. And then Allison's memories came when all of a sudden and saved Scott's life. But you would think that Scott would at least be able to hold his own against Sebastian for a little bit. But no, it's like his writing is inconsistent for his power level and strength. And this man literally is weak when the writers want him to be weak, but strong when the writers want him to be strong. Another example of the writers wanting him to be strong, and he exceeds at that. Season 6, Part 1's finale, Riders on a Storm, he has a pretty good fight with Garrett Douglas where he's holding his own for a long time during that fight. Until the end, I think he got distracted and Garrett Douglas got the upper hand on him. And then in the Wolves of War, when he clawed out his eyes, even though he wasn't able to take out the Anukete, he was able to stop them and let Styles, get the final blow, killing the Anukete once and for all. So the writing for Scott is really inconsistent, and that's why I put him at number 6. He's strong sometimes, but at other times it seems like he's really freaking weak. But yeah, that's where Scott belongs, I'm pretty sure. Now at number five, we have Evolved Derek Hale. Now the reason why I have Evolved Derek over True Alpha Scott is because he was able to do things that Scott wasn't able to do, and the writing for his powers have been consistent throughout all his appearances towards the end of Season 4 and all of Season 6 Part 2. Now, here's a perfect example. At the end of Season 4, Scott, when he's breaking off the Berserker mask to, free himself from being a Berserker, then, he fights Peter. It seems like he's struggling a little bit to get that mask off, and he's trying to force it off of himself. But as soon as Derek came back to life and transformed into an evolved werewolf, this man literally, without breaking a sweat, took out one of the Berserkers like this. It wasn't even a problem for Derek. Derek just went up to the mask and just broke it. Another example. Both of their fights with the werewolf Kate Argent. Now, not werewolf, Were-Jaguar Kate Argent, my fault. So, when Scott fought Kate at the end of Season 4, he got mollywopped. Mind you, Kate used her power to summon Berserkers, and the Berserkers kind of helped her a little bit, but Scott still lost fair and square against Kate, because technically using the Berserkers are part of her asset. She can make them and summon them as part of her power set. But Scott lost to her fair one-on-one, fair and square. When Derek transformed into his wolf form when he came back to life, all it took for him was to attack Kate one time and she was mortally wounded. She had to leave the fight and the battlefield. Enough said, Derek is number 5, and I think everybody would agree with that. Now, at number 4, we have Peter in his prime. And I would say the most powerful version of Peter on the show. And that's Peter when he was an alpha in Season 1. Now, the reason I have Alpha Peter at number 4 above Evolved Derek and True Alpha Scott is because Peter, when he was an alpha, was an absolute monster. I mean, this guy was literally broken. The only way these dudes killed him was literally using Molotov cocktails to throw at him, set him on fire so that Derek can get the killing blow and, become the alpha and all that other good stuff. But before that, he was definitely the most powerful character in the show at the time. Nobody could stand toe-to-toe with him one-on-one in a fight. Scott got the upper hand a few moments here and there, but they were futile because Peter eventually recovered and then started mollywopping on Scott again, had him choked up and stuff. But Derek and Scott couldn't do anything the entire first season to even put a scratch on this guy. And Peter was just really freaking strong. I mean, he killed his sister, who was an evolved alpha. She can turn into a wolf just like her mother. Not his sister. His niece Laura, who could turn into an evolved alpha, like literally into a wolf, kind of like Derek can, and was literally really freaking powerful, supposedly, with ease. I know she got caught off guard, but still she did die to Peter, who I'm assuming was an Omega at that time because the Hellfire had already happened. So she got killed by Peter with ease, pretty much. So, I mean, Peter's really freaking strong, man. And I don't think anybody would have a problem with me putting him at number 4. So, yeah, that's where Peter's going. At number 3, we have probably another controversial spot, and that's Talia Hale. Now, the reason I have Talia at number 3 is because of all the statements people have made about her throughout the show. Now, we've seen no physical feats from her. We don't know how truly powerful she could be when she's fighting. We've never seen that. But from the statements people have made, such as Deucalion, Eric, Peter, Enos, basically everybody who was in the flashbacks with Talia, she seemed like she was one of the most powerful alpha werewolves of her time. And literally, she was beloved by the entire community for just how damn powerful she was, and basically how much, I guess, control she had over her alpha powers. Because, according to the lore of the show, you can only access the evolved werewolf form, which is basically what you see with Derek, Laura, and Talia when they can turn into actual wolves. When you can control your beast nature and your human nature, so when you control both of those natures, you get an evolved werewolf, and that's what Talia, Derek, and Laura are. And Talia was definitely the strongest of her time, because even Deucalion was praising her, and Deucalion is really freaking strong himself. But obviously, that was before Deucalion killed his betas, and we're going to get to him in a second, because I do think Deucalion, at the time we meet him in the show, is definitely stronger than Talia. I think that he would be able to beat Talia one-on-one, and for a specific reason, which I'm going to get to now. But yeah, Talia is definitely at number 3 for sure. She's one of the most hyped up alphas that we've never seen actually do anything in the show, and I think if we were to see her fight, I think her beats would speak for her praise, so she would definitely be at number 3 for me for sure. Now at number 2, you already know, Deucalion is at number 2 for me. Now the reason why Deucalion is at number 2 is simple. This man in the episode Lunar Eclipse literally said to Derek, Scott, and Jennifer, there was a reason she had to kill 9 people and sacrifice 9 different lives just to gain power to beat this man. When he went into his, I'm going to call it full power Deucalion, because according to Jeff Davis, Demon Wolf isn't actually a thing. You can look it up if you want, but Jeff Davis has stated that Demon Wolf isn't actually a transformation. So I'm probably going to make a update to that Demon Wolf Deucalion explain and probably put debunk, because yeah, it's just Deucalion at full power. So full power Deucalion in Lunar Eclipse was an absolute freaking monster. I mean, this guy was freaking pummeling Derek, sending Derek flying into the air with ease with just one swipe of his finger, freaking bullying Jennifer Blake. Jennifer Blake literally had like 9 sacrifices, so she was about to be all powerful in her full power, the rock form that we saw in Lunar Eclipse as well. And she tried to use magic on Deucalion. That John just flowed through his body. He just stood there and laughed, freaking slapped the shit out of her, sent her flying out the building. I mean, he was just going ham on everybody. He had Scott literally transform all the way into his wolf transformation, even when he didn't want to. Quickly too, like it wasn't like when Peter did it in night school. Like when Peter did it, it took Scott a little bit because he was trying to fight it. But Deucalion just roared one time, and Scott, and like literally 5 seconds later, Scott's in his freaking full beta form. And even though when he didn't want to kill the Rock, this man literally he's definitely one of the fastest werewolves in the show too. It seemed like he had super speed, not Flash type speed, but he definitely ran really quick to Scott and walked over. I mean, dude, just the things he was able to do in that scene alone. If we were able to see more of Demon Wolf Deucalion, I would have been in awe, to be honest. But yeah, just from that alone, Deucalion is definitely the strongest alpha in the series. I think that he would be able to take out everybody. I'd say the only alphas that would probably give him a problem or a run for his money is probably maybe Talia a little bit, definitely Peter in his beast form, and then maybe evolved Derek. I don't think Scott would be an issue for Deucalion. I think he would get mollywopped by him for sure. And Deucalion's definitely not beating the werewolf in front for sure, because he was terrified to fight him in season 5. And the most powerful werewolf in the entire series, still the same as when I made the first video 3 years ago, and that's gonna go to my man's Sebastian Valet, aka the Beast of Gévaudan. Now, the reason why Sebastian is #1 really needs no explanation. Again, like I said in the first video, I mean, he's the freaking Beast of Gévaudan. Killed over 500 people, literally was destroying and bullying everybody in season 5 part 2, including the Dread Doctors. He killed the Dread Doctors with ease, who, mind you, were giving Scott a run for his money, Malia a run for his money. Theo was kind of scared of them for a little while. I mean, everybody was intimidated and scared of the Dread Doctors, but the Beast was able to take out all 3 of them pretty much with ease, except the Surgeon, because the Surgeon eventually died in apotheosis by himself. I guess he suffocated to death. I don't know what the hell happened to him, but he pretty much took out the Dread Doctors with ease. He beat Hellhound Parish on almost every occasion, I would say, except one that they had. And, you know, he destroyed Scott and Liam 2v1. He held his own in his beast form, and he was able to get shot multiple times and didn't get phased. Like, I get it, their guns, they weren't laced with like wolfsbane or anything, but they were still guns. Like, even other werewolves we see in the show, a few gunshots would probably kill them. Especially if they were all fired at the same time in the same sort of area of the body, that would definitely kill the werewolves. But he was able to get shot, not get phased with ease. He even deflected Lydia's banshee scream just in his regular human form, was able to claw her throat open. And I mean, Jesus, this guy, he almost killed Scott. The only reason Scott got saved was because he did the little mind thing. He put his claws inside Scott's neck and saw Allison's memories, and then he kind of got freaked out. Allison looked like his sister, and it allowed Scott to get free. But if that never happened, Scott would have freaking died, dude. I've always said that. Even when I was younger, Scott would have died there. And literally the only reason this dude got taken out was because Lydia learned how to master her powers and was able to figure out how the hell to get Mason out of there. So yeah, nobody could take this guy out, not even Hellhound Parish. And yeah, the Beast speaks for itself. All the feats you see in season 5 part 2 speak for themselves. So yeah, and didn't just beat Scott 2-on-1 with Liam. He beat Scott 1-on-1 in the library. He was about to kill him until he was interfered by Malia and Braden started shooting him with a shotgun. Scott was getting thrashed. He was getting thrown around. I mean, my God, it was about to be an ass whooping like we've never seen on Teen Wolf before at that time. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the list today, guys. This is the official list for the remake of the top 10 strongest werewolves in Teen Wolf, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with this list? Do you guys think that, oh my God, I would have had a totally different ranking, blah, 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 this and that. Why do you put Scott so low this time? Oh my God, you don't know what you're talking about. If you want Scott here, you want Scott there, blah, 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 this and that. Or if you're like, this video is awesome, either way, leave me a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. I think we can do it. I know we can do it. We can grow the family. This just needs to get views. People need to share. We need more people to view these videos because, yeah, videos are awesome. And you guys think they're awesome. And I think other people can think they're awesome too if they would just come and watch the videos. So, yeah, just make sure you share them. This is Jades Corner. Oh, and before I mention the outro, make sure you turn on post notifications so that you're posted when I post a new video every single week, and you guys can get notified so that basically YouTube does a terrible job of letting you know when I upload, but turning on that bell will let you know when I upload every time I post a new video. So yeah. And this is Jades Corner. I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace, love, and positivity as always. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Stay safe out there.